Ebusianfo aha Ghanatube so ensema ekoso ewo omaiga ni aha ena wonsabeka ni nyina the trending one the latest one the hot one eni nya eka kan Ebusianfo matena sise die eni na nsem no magwagwo agwo bia no pa say yenti Ebusianfo be se boka koti ensem no na ye ba na me matoa so amount.
As communicated by the Electoral Commission, the next 4 days, 11th of July. Dennis Wadam Esquire was with me in the studio right now. Dennis, what's the latest on this?
Well, the latest is that the parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party in the Ablekuma North constituency for the 2024 parliamentary election has headed to court. We know that she had already registered her displeasure following the announcement by the Electoral Commission that they were going to conduct a rerun in some 19 polling stations in that particular constituency. She's on record to have rejected that move, but now she's backed that up with a move to the High Court, filing an application seeking to quash that decision and also to prevent the Electoral Commission from carrying on that particular election, which is slated for Friday, July 11. So what it essentially means is that if she succeeds with this particular application before the High Court, that election will not come on, and that decision by the Electoral Commission to do so will not stand. She makes, the grounds for this particular application or this move is to the effect that, in her view, there is a standing order by the court, and that relates to an earlier decision that was made by the High Court in one of the cases where the High Court had directed that the Electoral Commission goes to do the collation and declare the results.
Yeah.
She maintains that that order still subsists and the Electoral Commission is under obligation to carry through that order, and that until a court revokes that order or alters that order, it is that order that actually stands and nothing else. So that's why you see that in one of the grounds for seeking the court's intervention in this, she says that the EC committed a grave administrative error when it failed to comply with the ruling or orders of the High Court to collate and declare the winner of the parliamentary election in Ablekuma North constituency. Then she references that particular case. The ruling was in January 2020, 4th January 2025. Then again, she says that the Electoral Commission acted in excess of jurisdiction when it decided to rerun 19 out of 281 polling stations in the Ablekuma North constituency in the absence of any court order, varying, vacating, or overturning a subsisting court judgment dated the 4th of January 2025. This I've already explained. She makes the point that as long as that court order still subsists, it is only the court that can vary that order or overturn same. In the absence of such an order, the EC has no jurisdiction to order a rerun. And then finally, she says that the decision of the Electoral Commission to rerun the 19 out of the 281 polling stations in Ablekuma North is arbitrary, it's capricious, it's unreasonable and wrongful exercise of discretionary power. Based on this, she wants the Electoral Commission, the courts to intervene and quash the decision of the Electoral Commission as was communicated in that communique on the 1st of July, reiterated in a press statement on the 2nd of July, and also prevent the Electoral Commission from carrying out that election, which is slated for July 11, come this Friday. The interesting thing is that when you look on the face of the processes, you don't find the return date. That is yet to be fixed. So it will be their hope that the date is fixed before Friday. Else, it means that
the election will take place.
Precisely so. So that is what we are just getting in by way of the updates in relation to Ablekuma North.
There's going to be more of this on 3news.com.
I personally, I'm very disappointed with the Electoral Commission. I think this particular commissioner, I think, came on board with a lot of promise, especially given her background working with is it IEA? On election-related matters. But it seems like it's been just one roller coaster of disappointment after disappointment. Of course, in the past, it was about minority and majority. and still it is about minority and majority. It looks like whichever side she goes to, the other side is not satisfied. So you wonder, how did Afarijan and the rest of them manage? You know, it is very disappointing. You know, my understanding is that these 19 constituency and these 19 polling stations are stations where the presiding officer has not been able to verify the signatures on the pink sheet, and that is, I understand, what led to this decision to run the election in the 19 stations. Having said that, I think one cannot necessarily take away the right of a candidate to go to court and challenge that, especially given the background of the court order that she is relying on. It's important to note the independence that the Constitution grants the Electoral Commission. And in the past, some of us have seen that some of us thought that it has been abused. You know, for example, having people travel miles to the district office to register. We thought they were abusing their independence because they would not listen to anyone, and it's several times where it is our way or no way. But we are a democracy. The lady is in court, and we see what happens. You know, I know that the elections are supposed to be on Friday.
Samno ena yeti ebusuafo obetimi eja comment no de amame ewo comment section papa na mejebre akinkan de abusuafo san na mesori moso no mekai obium se aha Ghanatube trending hot issues, latest issues, sad news, happy news ni kaka wona ebusuafo aha ena onsa ebenka ni na intimation yourself or best subscribe amame na afin so odo wonsa emia notification bell no so so e dey amame send e be ya se ensem no medi tuma na wenya no entem pass me ma o we fin so se obe like in videos no e dey amame na me ametina se e dey ensem no ebrem medi ene snow sisi ade makram